like. Okay, and that is mathematics in the branch of calculus. And today I'm just going to be practicing chain chain rule, the chain rule, yeah, because there's one particular exercise I was trying and I really had a hard time understanding it, yes. Um, but I grasped it, so I'm trying to practice it to see if I understand what I studied, yeah. So it's not a teaching moment, it's just let's just talk about math, and later on after that I'm going to be talking about, like, I'm going to be showing poetry by Yeats that I'm reading, and then I'm going to read one special book together, or not read, but we're going to just start it there, and that is Dante, the Divine Comedy. Yes, so chain rule first of all. My board is so small, so I have it here in my notes. So the exercise is this polynomial f of x is x squared sine x cube. Um, I had to repeat it really fast as it does before doing any classwork, math related, or just any school related stuff. Yeah, and it's a bit dim here, but I hope you can follow me. So the idea of chain rule is that you can use like there's a function within a function, and sometimes using one of those rules of differentiation might not work effectively to solve everything. So you use the chain rule, which is solving inside a function of a function. I'm still repeating that word. Um, so you have to. This is where I get lost a bit. I feel a bit overwhelmed. Like, what's the first thing to do? This looks like something that requires use of the product rule here. And product rule is like, this is F, this is G, and you have to multiply F with G and G with F being differentiated. So if I want to do product rule first, I'm going to be like F, no, F and G. So F prime G plus G prime F. Yeah? And F prime is what? 2x sine sine x cube times G prime is the prime of sine here, so I have to derive plus um the prime of sine is cos, yeah, cos into, but first of all you have to recognize that these two functions are separate functions, and they can also, you can also apply the chain rule to spread it out, yes. So before we go changing it, let us put on the sign. For the sign of um, sine x cube all prime is 2x. Just keep repeating this one because you are done with it. Sine x cube plus sine of sine. Like, uh, solve for this one first, then we differentiate these two functions. So that is cos into um, sine x cube prime itself. So two, maybe we should not repeat this thing over and over. Let's just solve for the second function, then we now bring this one to the final expression here. So we have gotten the derivative of sine, so we have to do this too, and we can see this chain rule in here. Yes, so sine of x, sine x cube prime will be equals to, therefore solve this one, that is 3x square, yes, times solving sine itself, yes, it will be cos, okay, so this is where I have issues, okay. This is why I am so scared. Like, I solved this question like 4 different times here, and I made sure I didn't copy back, but I was very confused because it's like, at this point, yes, this function sine x cube here, like, it can be differentiated using chain rule, abi. So I'm trying to use the chain rule, whatever. From what I remember, these two are separate functions, right? So since these two are separate functions, am I okay? The way I remember solving it is that before I differentiate this one, yes, and okay, nothing happens to the sign because the derivative is on the x here, but okay, I think it will now remain as sine x, abi. No. We'll separate the both of them. Separate the both of them first. So this is 3x squared, and then you solve for sine x, yes, and then it will be what? Cos x. Is that correct? Is that correct? I'm not looking at my notes now. Okay, so let's just imagine this is how I understand it here, and I'm just going ahead with it. So I'll now bring everything back to the expression, which goes, we'll not add this first expression because nothing changes about it. We are done with it, yes. So it will remain cos into, I think in okay. Like, how about we use product rule, yeah, for this function, so that use product rule for this function, like these two different functions here. So this is what first you get 3x squared, yeah, and 3x squared sine x plus, or is it plus or times? Since it's times here, plus, let's use plus derivative of sine is what? Cos x, um is the thing going to affect this x cube integer, like when you derived for 3x squared sine x, like you're using product rule, yes, to expand these functions here. So is it going to um is it going to, like, the first, when you're using product rule, yes, you're going to get this answer like for like f prime, abi, f prime g, like this is f and this is g, yes, this is f and this is g. So okay, this is g prime f, and so now f prime g will now be what? It will now be what? Cos x, I think, plus, no, times what? Cos x, I think, will it retain this cube function? Will it retain that function? I think it should retain the function, the x cube, because the derivative is only working on cos there, so it will be like cos x cube. So let me just assume, yeah, that I'm correct and just keep going. Then I'll check if I'm correct. No, not don't assume I'm correct. I'm just solving. Yes. So um, let's now put the whole of them together. So that's cos into 3x. Oh, I don't think this is going to do anything. I think I need to remove this one. Let's remove this one first. 3x squared. 3x squared plus cos. This cube is not going to have an integer anymore because we have already derived for it. Hello, Janet. Hi. Hi, hi. Hi, Janet. Hi. I was looking at the board, I didn't notice. Janet, I assume that you're a fan of mathematics, yes? If you are not, just follow me because I'm actually trying to find my way in this world of calculus, yeah? Um, Solving for chain rule and all of that. So I'm lost in it. Just if you chat me, don't worry, you can keep chatting me. I'll check the chat periodically, okay? So as I was saying, yes, I'm at this point where like I'm adding all the whole form. So cos x plus cos, I think this remains. Let's put the sine x. Let's see. I don't want to. Sine x remains the same. 3x sine x plus cos x. Is that correct? Like, well, let's not focus on correctness. Let's just follow what I think, like how I think it works, so I can know how wrong I am in my thinking, and then figure it out instead of focusing on getting the right answers. Yeah. So, anyways, this is what I imagine to be the result of the G aspect of this conversation. So I'll now bring the f prime g first and see how it looks. 2x into sine x cubed plus this function. There's something wrong with this function here. I think I'm wrong in this stuff here. But let's just keep going, sha. Cos um cos 3x squared sine x plus cos x. And I feel like I don't have anywhere to go. Okay, I don't have anywhere to go. So I think I'm wrong. So I need to check where I'm wrong and make my corrections. Okay, and then I have to compare and see like what I did wrong and how I can like adjust what I got wrong about it, because I know that day I was solving it, I did not, like, it did not sink deep, although I remembered the steps of the correction, and I was like, if I remember the steps of the correction, I won't know what I'm actually doing wrong you know so let's see the solving now. um So the way the question, I don't know if I should show you, is here. Look at the correction here. I'm going to write it out on the board so that we'll see it a bit. Um, the way it goes is cos x raised to power. Okay, it's 5. It's not 3. Oh, it's x raised to power 5, not 3. I don't know why I made that mistake. Okay, this is 2x. Yes, x raised to power 5. Cos sine x squared into cos sine x 5. All right, so okay. I forgot the x square aspect of it. Like, if you are doing chain rule and then you want to apply product rule, you have to multiply like the two factors, like the two, what do you call them, the two functions with each other by separating them into the derived one and the not derived one, and then like mix and matching, kind of, what product rule is here. So when I started solving for this one, I didn't add this x square because x square is supposed to remain untouched. Yes, it's supposed to remain untouched. So let's keep going. That's why I went wrong. So eventually I got to the point where I was like 3x squared sine x cube sine x 5 or 3. It's supposed to be 5, but I put 3 mistakenly. So it will be cos x 5. So I think what is wrong with me is like I'm not confident. I was not confident because um my steps are actually sensible, but I got the question wrong. Like I wrote it wrongly, I copied it wrongly. But like regardless of that, yeah, the value, where the value I put, my steps, I was not confident in what I was doing. And if I'm not confident in what I'm doing, that means I'm not sure of why I'm putting the answers accordingly. Yes. So let me see if I can try it again and you know just be confident about what I'm doing. Yes. So um it's correct. I was just not confident. So I'm going to rub it off again. So Janet, hi. How exactly, like, what is your relationship to mass? Yes, let's continue. Let's rewrite the question and solve it. Yes. The question is f of x into x squared sine into sine x raised to power 5. That's the question. So f of x x squared into into sine x raised to power 5. That's the question. Yes. So we're going to restart it again. Let's see if um I'm able to find my feet. So the first thing I want to do is product rule. Yes. So product rule is you assign letters to the two functions that are present. Yes. So that's f and g. Yes. So f is this x square and g is the rest of this expression. So for product rule, you can do f. The rule is you do f prime g plus g prime f. Yes. And in this case it means you do x square all prime into sine of sine x raised to power 5 plus x prime plus x square x raised to power 2 not prime into sine of sine x raised to power 5. So now when you derive x square, what do you get? 2x 2x into sine x raised to power 5. Now this first expression, I don't know if you can see, but this first expression is straightforward. Yes. And because it's straightforward, like that's the entire solving of it. Yes. So the next thing to do, we go to the next one, and the next one I want us to carry it along, then come back to add it to the expression because there's no space on my board. So what to do? X raised to power 2 x squared into sine into this sine first of all, but here you can also apply product rule in this second expression. Yes. Sine into sine of x raised to power 5, prime it. You get. So this x square remains unchanged, so we just keep repeating it. If you prime sine whatever it give you cos. Yeah. So we have cos here. Cos is cosine, in case you don't understand my accent. So in this situation now, we have to prime sine x raised to power 5, and we can prime it by applying product rule because sine and x raised to power 5 are can be separated, like can be expanded on with the product rule. And in this case, this is f and this is g. So ignoring all this place, first let's solve this one. Yeah. So sine x 5 prime before of all give you 5x sine x, and sine x is what? Cos x. Abi? Sine x is power 5. Sine x will give me cos x. Oh, I guess I'm still struggling with this thing, yes. I guess I'm still struggling. I don't want to be wrong. Well, why did we get why does it remain as cos x raised to power 5? Like, I don't understand. Okay, assuming that you are doing product rule for sine x raised to power 5, you're going to make x raised to power 5 primed, then you're going to make sine x raised to power 5 while priming only sine. Okay, I get it now. Oh, I can see for myself now. So if I want to prime sine x raised to power 5, yes, I have to prime x raised to power 5. That's f of g plus g of f prime prime. So f is sine f. If you prime sine is what? Cosine. So cosine, and x will not change. X raised to power 5 will remain unchanged. Plus, if you prime sine, if you prime x raised to power 5, yes, it will be 5 5 x raised to power 4, and sine will remain unchanged as sine x raised to power 5. Ah, finally! Oh my god, I've cracked it. So I get it now. Ah, so and we have x square into cos into what's the how we arrange it. Anyhow we arrange it is okay. Let's put 5x raised to power 4 here, sine x raised to power 5 plus cos x raised to power 5. This is why I always trust teaching, because no matter what I'm doing here, if I just try to teach it, my brain have to find a solution. My brain has to find a solution. Is that's grammatically wrong? So I get it now. So this x squared, how can we expand on it now? If we factorize the expression inside here, we can separate 5x raised to power 4 and plus cos x raised to power 5. I think is that correct? If we factorize the expression inside, how is it going to end up being? Yes. Okay, let's do. Okay, let's bring out 5x raised to power 4. Yeah. But since all of them are being multiplied, we just arrange the figure. We don't need to factorize, we just rearrange it. There's no addition, like it's just multiplication, yes. So x squared times 5x raised to power 4 cos sine x raised to power 5 plus cos x raised to power 5. If you multiply these two, to be 5x raised to power 6 cos sine x raised to power 5 plus cos x raised to power 5. Then you add the previous expression to it. It will now be let's make it cover the entire bottom of the board. I don't know if you guys can see it. If you cannot see it, let's stand it up a bit. Yes. So that's 2x into sine x raised to power 5 plus 5x raised to power 6 cos into sine x raised to power 5 plus cause x is power 5. Can you even see anything? My handwriting is so it's so deplorable on marker or with a marker. So since they are multiplying each other, there's no plus. I'm multiplying each other. So sin x is to power 5 into cos x is to power 5. I think I'm done now. I've overcome that stress of this question, and our stream can move on as usual. For the maths enjoyers that will be joining us next, I hope next time I'm practicing maths, you can catch up with me when the stream starts because I've ended my stream on maths. So now we're going to the next section of the stream, which is literature and poetry. Yeah, I think poetry, not literature. Should I clean up this thing? I don't need it anymore. Oh, on yesterday's stream, yeah. Oh, on yesterday's stream, I talked about I discussed starting like talking reviewing a drama, yes. But this morning I changed my mind because I felt the need to practice my mathematics on screen because whenever I practice maths like audibly like that, it kind of arranges itself in my brain, yeah, to make sense. Today I have my cutesy post-it in purple. I have my little friend here, Teddy. Teddy is going to be keeping us company as usual throughout the stream. And let's set up Teddy like this. And I don't know, like, should I start with poetry first? Mm, let's not start with poetry first. I think I want to start with this the Divine Comedy first because I haven't read this. I've only seen media iterations of it, like representations and storytelling around it based off of it. And I'm excited because a lot of people, this is just secondary school reading, yeah. Like they've done this in secondary school already, and I've finished university and I've not still read Dante's comedy, Divine Comedy. The funny thing is, like, I think there was a book my dad had, or there's a book that my dad, or there is a book my dad has, that has the entire story in it. But as a child, when I used to read all those books, I didn't have any interest in reading something that seemed so long and not storytelling esque. I guess that was just me feeling like it would be out of my, like I would get bored of it. You get? I just imagine I would get bored of it, but I trust myself to start this story. And I don't know, how am I going to read a book on stream? How would that work? I was so excited to actually like solve mathematics on stream here. But it seemed like people, like, I don't know, maybe my delivery was not engaging enough again because I was caught up in solving it and I wanted to get it right, and I did get it right. Like, I achieved the purpose of solving it, so I don't regret doing it that way. But I guess I have to find interesting ways of being on stream. But like the things that are interesting to me, my interests are reading, maths, um, dramas, K dramas, YouTube video essays, YouTube video essays, and yeah, most of those like majority. Those are my major spheres of interest. Yeah. Got my hand. Why does my hand look so veiny? Why? I don't think it looks veiny as much as it's just very. I've just noticed how it looks. Yeah, I'm just noticing how it looks. This one looks the same, except there's a big old scar on it, like Simba scar. I am your. Yeah, he did not say I am your father. He just threw Simba out of the off of the ledge. Anyways, this is Dante, the Divine Comedy, and I wonder. The pocket-sized hardbacks of the earliest contain introduction by Virginia Woolf. Are you serious? T.S. Eliot, Graham Greene, and other tribe figures. Wow. I want to read the one that has an introduction by Virginia Woolf because I'm actually looking for books written by Virginia Woolf. When I was growing up, there are lots. Like I think I had three. I didn't like the story of my reading experience as a child is too convoluted. Anyways, I read like three of her works. Yes, but I didn't really even. I could not. I did not process, who she was. I just read because I liked how it sounded, and then I borrowed it out, which everybody does. Like when you are reading books, you want to interact with people, and then you borrow, you exchange. But sometimes you never get it back, and that's what happened with my Virginia Woolf's books. I never got them back. All of these pages I'm flipping through is an introduction. Who wrote the introduction? Mm, Credit is not given here. I think it's the publisher, yeah, that presented the introduction. And there's this map of this thing is heavy. Oh. Plan of the Divine Comedy. Wow. How long I wonder did it take this person to write this book? On translating Dante. Hey. The encounter of a translator with a poet. So I feel like Dante is also poetry. Divine Comedy is poetry. Yo, how many pages have I flipped through now? Now, like the map too. I don't think I can read this thing on stream. It's too. It's too. It's too much to just read while trying to keep attention on me, because I need to focus. I don't think I can read this like this. I need to focus on it and make notes. I think I have to make notes on this. Like, also, it's it's poetry. It's all poetry. Like, it's all poems. I did not expect that. I swear, I did not. I don't know. Before now, I don't know anything about Dante, the Divine Comedy. So seeing all of this is surprising to me, and I can't read it on stream because that will require me to make notes, like focus, and be in a very, very comfortable position, not sitting on this high backed chair and slumping and hunching my shoulders. Yes. Okay, so let's go to this simpler work. Yeats. Funny thing is that I thought Yeats was kind of like a revolutionary. Hello to my beard. I thought Yeats was like this revolutionary writer, but he's not. He's kind of like a wishy-washy person. Um, he's wishy-washy, and he's only enthusiastic about the stuff he wants to talk about or write about. Yes, which is interesting, I guess, for poetry. But I just thought I was reading somebody that was going to be subversive, but he's not. He's not. He's not. He's not. He's not. He's not at all. I think he was more famous for. It was more controversial for his love affairs, which okay. But before I found out that about him, I enjoyed his poem just for the word. So I know that I can separate all of that from the reading of his work. So, and I've been reading it sometime in the past month. I am just opening it for the first time as August comes to an end, and I want to continue from where I stopped. and the thing about his poetry is that I like to make notes. So I have my trusty post-it notes here, very pretty purple things, and I have like my journal by the side here. My beer is sitting on it. So I think I stopped at the meditation of the old fisherman. I have read it, yes, but I'll enjoy it. So I feel like I can read it again because it's my book. um, let's go. Should I read it? Also, there's a way he speaks, very little thing. I know it's like old English as well, which I don't have a problem with in sense of it's not like I understand it very fluently, but I don't have a problem trying to understand it. Like that's the point, yeah. Stimulation. So I've read the meditation of the old fisherman. So let's go to the next one. The Ballad of Father O'Hart. Good Father John O'Hart in penal days rode out to a Shonin who had free lands and his own snipe and trout. In trust took he John's lands. Slavings were all his race. Now I don't know what the word slavings means, so I'm going to pen it down on my trusty notepad. Uh, Sorry, my beer fell down, and I wanted to see my beer. Um, so I want to make a note of the word. Sleevings were all his race. What the hell is a sleeving? I don't know, but I'm sure somebody has put it down on Google. Sleevings, Sleivens. Also, this might be natural to maybe people that speak Irish, English, because he's from Ireland, yes, and the style of language is not English. Okay, they have their own language, which you need to interpret and whatever. So I've kept the word sleevings down. So we're going to check it after I'm done. I have this big Webster's dictionary, so maybe it's there. But after we're done. Sleevings were all his race, and he gave them as dowers to his daughters, and they married beyond their place. But Father John went up, and Father John went down, and he wore small holes in his shoes, and he wore large holes in his gown. So I assume we know that war is not wear, literally it's like to wear down, like when something has aged, yeah, or when something has, worn out. It's still the same thing as well, but like when something is old, or has been used, the hair has been used a lot. All loved him, only the shonin. Okay, I noticed shonin in the first line. I don't know what that means. It just reminds me of that Japanese word shonen. Yes, but it's not shonen, it's Irish. It's shonin. So going on. All loved him, only the shonin, whom the devils have by the hair, from the wives and the cats and the children to the birds in the white of the air. The birds, for he opened their cages as he went up and down. And he said with a smile, have peace now. And he went his way with a frown. But if when anyone died, came keeners, hoarser than rooks. So I assume that keeners here means mourners because we just mentioned somebody dying. But if when anyone died, came keeners, hoarser than rooks, he bade them give over their keening, for he was a man of books. And these were the works of John. When, weeping score by score, people came into colony. So I don't know if it means colony, but there are two O's after L, so maybe like something. So let's just write it out in case it means something. Colony. For he had died at 94. Again, let me repeat that line because and these were the works of John. When, weeping score by score, people came into colony, for he had died at 94. There was no human killing. The birds from Noknaria. Okay, that is a place. Do I have to keep the word down? I think so. It's just interesting to me. Noknaria came keening in that day. The young birds and old birds came flying heavy and sad, keening in from Tirara. Okay, so I assume that's a place as well. Keening from Balinafad, another place. Keening from Inishmore, nor stayed for bite or sup. This way were all reproved who dig old customs up. Okay, so what does any of that mean? First of all, I think I have to pay attention to Father John. Obviously, it's the Ballad of Father O'Hart, and his name is Father John O'Hart. So if his father, that means he's like he's a priest, yeah, he's a priest, and this is very common. Irish people are Catholics, like it's in their blood, yeah. Okay, so should we go again? Because there are some things I think I need to pay attention to more than new words. So let's go. Good Father John O'Hart in penal days rode out to a shonin who had free lands and his own snipe and trout. In trust took he John's land. Okay. I just noticed to a shonin who had free land and his own snipe and trout. So shonin is a person, So shonin is probably their title, but shonin is a person that met up with Father John, or Father John went to meet. Yeah. Um. In trust, took he John's land. Slavings were all his race. So shonin is from a race called slivers or sleeves, I think. And he gave them as dowers to his daughters, and they married beyond their place. Okay, so this person received Father John's land and then gave the land in as dowries for his daughters. So those people that don't know what dowry means, dowry is a price that women pay to the men that they are marrying. Insane, I know, but like yes. And some people still do that in some parts of the world, yeah. In this country it's bride price. Men pay um stuff, money and all of that to the family of the woman that they're marrying into. In this country they don't do dowry. They don't do dowry. Who you want to marry? The concept is so funny. Dowry in this country, yeah, I'm serious. But it's also very sexist. It has basis in sexism. But let's keep going. Yes, and he gave them as dowers to his daughters, and they married beyond their place. So these women, because of the power, land is still power, but back then it was very, very, very precious in the sense like once you had landed properties, yeah, you were a very influential person, and you could do things. So for him to give away his daughters, yeah, with land as dowry, the men they were marrying were probably higher than whatever race he was, or whatever status or status he occupied in the society. Because now I don't think shonin is his name. He's to a shonin, so that means this shonin, and it's not referred to by name, but Father John is referred to by name, so that means shonin must be of a lower class. Yes, I think. Even his daughters don't have names, but Shoyin must be of a lower class here. But somehow, because of the land that Father John gave him, his daughters were able to marry up beyond their place. So going ahead, but Father John went up and Father John went down. And he wore small holes in his shoes and he wore large holes in his gown. What does that mean? Does that mean if Father John wore out his shoes going up and going and wore out his gowns going up and going down, do you think maybe Father John was busy doing good? Because in the next paragraph, okay, the title of it's actually a poetry book by William Butler Yeats, and it's a collection of his poems from his lifetime. The title of this poem is actually the Ballad of Father O'Hart. So, hello, Olamide. Olamide just asked that. Thank you for joining my stream. So, where were we? We were at the point where we were wondering why Father John, like what it meant for Father John to go up and Father John to go down, and wear out his shoes and wear out his clothes. So, I think Father John was busy doing good, the same way he did good to the shonin, yes. And then the next paragraph goes, all loved him, only the shonin, whom the devils have by the hair. So I think the shonin was beefing with Father John, and there's a presumption here that maybe the shonin are not good people, because it continues to say, only the shonen whom the devils have by the hair. So that means like if you say somebody has a devil in any sense, you get that means that person has some kind of evil inside him. I assume, yeah, this is my own interpretation of what is going on here. You know, we want to understand the ballad of Father O'Hart. From the wives and the cats and the children to the birds in the white of the air. Mm, okay, when they qualify it, when he qualifies it with saying only the shown whom the devils have by the air, when it now goes on to say from the wives and the cats and the children to the birds in the white of the air, maybe those are the people that Father John is helping. You get, those are people that Father John is attending to, the way he attended to the shown in the beginning, yeah. And then we go on to see the birds. He mentioned like qualifying what he does for the birds. The birds, for he opened their cages as he went up and down. So I think we're on track here that Father John is doing good to everybody that he meets. And he said with a smile, "Have peace now." And he went his way with a frown. Why was he frowning? I have no explanation for that. I don't think I understand that part. But I understand the part where he freed the birds and he told them to have peace, because it's not a good thing for a bird to be in a cage, no matter how you look at it. Yeah, they're supposed to be flying free, yes. And he released them and he told them to have peace. So I think he's doing good to an extent. Then the next paragraph goes, "But if when anyone died came keeners, hoarser than rooks, he bade them give over their kin, for he was a man of books." So we're still talking about what Father John is doing, yes. And he said, and that is telling us, the poet is telling us, but if anyone died, and now keeners in this sense, I have to assume that they are mourners, yes, because we're talking about death, and keening is a form of cry that comes out of your throat, like in a high tone, yes, and it's like this, like very high pitched, like screaming, but it's not screaming, yeah. Somebody will know that you are sad when you are doing that. You know that kind of sound that children make when they want to start crying and they're like, like I feel like that is a form of keening, and it's also crying in essence, yes. So um they are hoarser than rooks, and I know rooks to be a form of bird, yes. So imagine the sound of a bird, you know, screaming in the air, that wakes you up in the morning, and that bird, somebody is crying even, you know, like higher than those birds. It's loud, yes. But Father John would tell them, he bade them give over their killing, for he was a man of books. So I think he is kind of the poet trying to illustrate with this type of words that the he tells the keeners to cry to him. Maybe they should give it over, like they should, in essence, stop, or like pour their mourning onto him. I think, I'm not sure, like maybe he's the type of person that is like, don't cry, like he comforts them. Like if you give over your crying to somebody, that means that person is comforting you in an extent. Yeah? Like when somebody can make you stop crying, it's kind of like as if they are comforting you. I feel like, and it's not like comforting you for it to disappear, but taking on your sorrow. Yes, I feel like that is what Father John did to those mourners. But then we see the line, for he was a man of books. For he was a man of books. Now let's qualify with the next paragraph. And these were the works of John. So for the poet to say, and these were the works of John, that means there is like an account of um, what Father John did in his lifetime, and I feel like it is a kind of eulogy, yes, for Father John, that is being sung at his death, or upon his death, or at his funeral. I'm not sure of that yet, but like for them to say, for the poet to say, for he was a man of books, yes, there is a substance of accountability going on here. Like somebody is keeping the works of this father, and it's important because for you to be a priest, yes, there's a record. There has to be a record keeping of your work. I think that's what happens with priests too. Like priests don't just exist, you know. Most of what they do are kept in records, you know, with the church. I'm not too familiar with Catholic style of, you know, fatherhood and all of that. So if anybody's a Catholic and wants to comment on that, that would be nice. Um, so the next thing now, the part where it exposes where John is, Father John is now. And these were the works of John. It's kind of like when in the Bible they say, and these were the works of Paul, or these are the works of Samson, all these judges in the Bible. Like it's kind of giving biblical um, narration, yes. And these were the works of John when, weeping score by score, people came into Kuluni. I think this is the name of the place they live in. This will be the name of an area that they live in. For he, or the place, the name of the name of the area where he's based, where he died. For he had died at 94. I think Father John lived a full life to be in essence, yeah. There was no human killing. So human beings did not, like, people did not mourn. But they also mentioned people came into colony. So, and then the beautiful aspect of it, I think this is beautiful, is that the birds from Noknaria and the world round Noknashi came keening in the day. Came keening in that day. So he told people, when he was alive, he told those keeners, he would say, give me your keening, yeah, give me your cries. Oh, like, do you think maybe he was holding on to their sorrows, and now that he's dead, they don't have to mourn over him? Let's just look at it technically, like a doing thing. Like, maybe if I look at it in the literal sense, like, oh, give me your sorrowing. So when they give him sorrows, like, he will hold on to it and then he will die with it, and kind of like easing them of their pain, like I said earlier, comforting them, yes. So, but let's go on. But the birds, he let them be. I don't think he he took their sadness, he took their mourning for them, because they came into king, they came into mourn, and rightfully so, because he was kind to them all his life. Yes, he released them from cages and he bade them have peace now. um and the world round Noknashi came keening in that day. The young birds and old birds came flying heavy and sad, keening in from Tiraga, keening in from Balinafad, keening in from Inishmure, nor stayed for bite or sup. This way were all reproved who dig old customs up. So, first of all, before we get to that last line, yes, I think it's very, very wonderful. Like, imagine somebody, imagine you die and your funeral guests are actually birds. Like, how impactful must you have been in your lifetime, to affect birds, that they have to come and pay their respects to you? That is very, I think that is a very beautiful telling. I think that's a beautiful life lived, in my opinion, yes. But the thing that feels kind of like a reproof here, yeah, like when you talk about reproof, like, yeah, it's like a scolding, yes, it's like a scolding. But who is being scolded here? Is it Father John? Because he says those birds killing, netting, the final three lines go, they did not stay for bite or sup. So those birds, obviously, they're not staying to eat or to be fed or to drink, yeah. And then the poet concludes, this way we're all reproved who dig old customs up. What does that mean? Who dig old customs up? Who dig old customs? Who is digging old customs up here? And the birds coming to cry, is that a bad thing? Is that a sign of, is that an omen, like an ill omen? You know? But we have to remember there's this line when he released those cages, like he opened the cages for the birds, and he said, have peace. Now the next line went, and he went his way with a frown. So I don't know, is Father John wrong in this instance? Like, he helped out the Shonin, you know, he gave them land, and he gave them the possibility to have daughters that marry into good families, yes. And he released birds, and he released, I think he relieved wives and cats and children. I don't understand that final line. I don't understand that final line. But I like the poem actually. From the little I understand from it, yes, I like the part of the birds coming to cry at his funeral. But I don't understand why he would be reproved for the birds coming to cry, and no, why he would be reproved for the way he lived his life. Is it because he helped the shonin who the devil have by the hair, who the devils have by the hair? Is it because of that? All loved him, only the shonin whom the devils have by the hair, from the wives and the cats and the children to the birds in the white of the air. Hmm. Maybe I should put a pin in that. Maybe I should put a pin in that. So I'm going to further meditate on it. But I love this. I enjoyed reading the poem. Yes. So this is another ballad, the ballad of Moll Mcgee or Mcgee. Like I don't know, like you know the way Irish people pronounce that name. And then the last one is the ballad of the Foxhunter. Should we read all of that? Let's just get through. We're already at 1 hour, so good job us. Let's get to the end of this chapter. The Ballad of Moll Mcgee or Mcgee. Maggie means something here. It's like a seasoning cube, so I don't know. Maybe I should just say Mcgee. Come round me, little children. No, little childer. Childer. I spelled like child and ER. There, don't fling stones at me because I mutter as I go, but pity Moll Mcgee. I imagine the word is Mcgee because of at me in the earlier line, yes. Because I mutter as I go, but pity Moll Mcgee. Next paragraph or next stanza, yes. My man was a poor fisher with shore lines in the sea. My work was salting herrings the whole of the long day. Okay, so Moll Mcgee is a woman, I think. Moll Mcgee is a woman because they go on to say my man was a poor fisher. So my man, like a partner, I guess, probably. And sometimes from the salting shell, let's read that line again. Let's read that verse again. My man was a poor fisher with shore lines in the sea. My work was salting herrings the whole of the long day. Okay, so her man would fish and she would salt the fishes, yes. And sometimes from the salting shed, I scarce could drag my feet under the blessed moonlight along the pebbly streets. I'd always been but weakly, and my baby was just born. A neighbor minded her by day, I minded her till morn. I lay upon my baby, ye little children dear. I looked upon my cold baby when the morn grew frosty and clear. Okay, sorry, let me put this notification. Oof. Okay. Yeah. So I was really distracted. Let's read it again. Um, my man was a poor fisher with shore lines in the sea. My work was salting herrings the whole of the long day. Herrings are a kind of fish. And sometimes on the salting shed, I scarce could drag my feet under the blessed moonlight along the pebbly street. I'd always been but weakly, and my baby was just born. A neighbor minded her by day, I minded her till morn. I lay upon my baby, ye little child are there. I looked upon my cold baby when the morn grew frosty and clear. A weary woman sleeps so hard. My man grew red and pale and gave me money and bade me go to my own place, Kint Ale. So I think she kind of suffocated her baby. And she said, I lay upon my baby. So I think she kind of suffocated her baby. So her husband drove her out of the house and gave her money. Like he said, she goes on to say, he drove me out and shut the door and gave his curse to me. I went away in silence. No neighbor could I see. The windows and the doors were shut. One star shone faint and green. Little straws were turning round across the bare boring. So I don't know what boring means. So we're going to write it down as a new word. Boring is a kind. I think it's a kind of space because she says across the bare boring, like kind of land. I went away in silence. Beyond old Martin's bar. Okay, so what is a bar? I don't know. BYRE. What is a bar? I don't know. I saw a kindly neighbor blowing her morning fire. She drew from me my story. My money is all used up, and still with pitying, scorning eye, she gives me bite and sup. She says my man will surely come and fetch me home again. But always, as I'm moving round, without doors or within, piling the wood or piling the turf or going to the well, I'm thinking of my baby and kinning to myself. Again, that word kinning. So we know it means like mourning. And sometimes I am sure she knows when, opening wide his door, God lights the stars, his candles, and looks upon the poor. So now, ye little child, that ye won't fling stones at me, but gather with your shining looks and pity Moll Mcgee. I think this is very clear. This is a woman that is mourning her life that was, and it was a sad life actually. Um, she and her husband, poor, and they were fisher people. The man fished and she salted, you know, and they made a living by that. And they had a baby, and they just had a baby. And I think the exhaustion of the work that she was doing, you know, knocked her out so bad in sleep that she didn't know when she suffocated her baby. She laid upon her baby, and her husband was not forgiving about that. He gave her money and sent her on her way and cursed her. And when she says I went away in silence, no neighbor could I see, I feel like the whole community scorned her as well for whatever happened, like for the incident. So no neighbor could I see could be a description of how isolated she probably felt in that moment in her mourning. And I think, and then her only company was a star. One star shone faint and green. Again, she says the windows and the doors were shut, so nobody was welcoming her into the community. They had kicked her out, and she went away in silence. And she mentions this silence again. This is the second time she's saying. First time she said, after leaving her husband, I went away. She went away in silence. Now again, she went away in silence. Beyond old Martin's bar, I saw a kindly neighbor. Then she saw a neighbor, but this neighbor pitied her while still scorning her. But as but but I feel like she names this woman a neighbor because she gives her food and sup, like bite and sup. So maybe a meal and a place to rest, I think. And then she tries to, I don't know, give her a little bit of comfort when she says her man will surely come and fetch her home again. But she doesn't stay one place, so how is he going to come and find her? She's always moving around, without doors or within. What does that phrase mean? Without doors or within? I feel like it's just kind of a reference to not having a home. Yeah, not having a home. Piling the wood or piling the turf or going to the well. I'm thinking of my baby and kinning to myself. So she's sad. She's mourning her child. And sometimes I am sure she knows when, opening his wide door, God lights the stars, his candles, and looks upon the poor. Okay, when she says I'm sure she knows, I think it refers to her baby, because then she talks about God. So maybe her baby is telling God to light, the stars as candles for her poor mother. I feel like that's the kind of interpretation I'm getting here. So in this story starts as she's telling little children stories in the streets, in an open place, I think, and they were flinging stones at her because she mutters as she goes. What she's only asking for is pity. You get, and she ends it with the same cry for pity, like, so now you little childer, you won't fling stones at me, but gather with your shining looks and pity more Mcgee. So I feel like this is a bit straightforward. Of course, people that have like deeper experiences in poetry analysis and all of that, and literature and English, might have so much more to say about it. But so far, um, this is what I have to say about it. So the final poem we're going to read is the Ballad of the Foxhunter. Lay me in a cushioned chair, carry me ye four, with cushions here and cushions there, to see the world once more. To stable and to kennel go, bring what is there to bring, lead my low lad to and fro. So I don't know what a low lad is, so let's write low lad. Lead my low lad to and fro, or gently in a ring. Put the chair upon the grass, bring Roddy and his hounds, that I may contented pass from this earthly bounds. His eyelids droop. That's narrator now. Narrator's voice. His eyelids droop. His head falls low. His old eyes cloud with dreams. The sun upon all things that grow. I'm so sorry. Like the noise, yeah, background noise. I'm so sorry. Where was I? His eyelids droop. His head falls low. His old eyes cloud with dreams. The sun upon all things that grow falls in sleepy streams. Brown Lollard tread that word again. Brown Lollard treads upon the lawn, and to the armchair goes, and now the old man's dreams are gone. Old man. Oh, the fox hunter is referring to a man, I think. Obviously, yes. And now the old man's dreams are gone. He smooths the long brown nose, and now moves many a pleasant tongue upon his wasted hands. For leading aged hounds and young, the huntsman near him stands. Huntsman Roddy, blow the horn, make the hills reply. The huntsman loses on the morn a gay, wandering cry. This one is long. Fire is in the old man's eyes. His fingers move and sway, and when the wandering music dies, they hear him feebly say, Huntsman Roddy, blow the horn, make the hills reply. I cannot blow upon my horn, I can but weep and sigh. Servants round his cushioned place are with new sorrow wrung. Hounds are gazing on his face, aged hounds and young. One blind hound only lies apart on the sun-smitten grass. He holds deep commune with his heart the moments pass and pass. The blind hound, with a mournful din, lifts slow his wintry head. The servants bear the body in, the hound wail for the dead. So I think what is even interesting across these three poems I just read is they are all ballads, and in all of them, there's mention of it is centered around somebody that passes. Yeah, the first is Father John, Father O'Hart. The second is Moll Mcgee's baby, and the last one is the Fox Hunter. Now, for me, this is not that interesting because it's about a huntsman passing away, an old one passing away, who probably has his hunting hounds around him, paying their respect, plus huntsman Roddy, yeah, and it's all like this grand gesture between all of them, and it's solemn, and they cry, and they mourn, and yeah, I'm not really excited about it. It's just like, it's not okay. It's not that interesting. Well, I guess maybe somebody that has a background in literature or analysis like this would have stuff to say. I don't know if they might like it though. It's kind of boring. It's not boring. It is not interesting. It doesn't have wish, like something like wish. The way I'm still thinking about the Ballad of Father John and why, who is reproving who, and who dug old customs up. I think maybe the customs that were dug up was him helping the Shonin. Maybe that was wrong of him, and how because he helped the Shonin who have devils by their head, nobody cried at his funeral. Instead, it was only birds that cried at his funeral, not human beings. That could be that could be an interpretation. Yes, I think. Yeah. Let's see. I'm checking if there is light because today is supposed to be electricity day, and they brought light pretty early in the morning, and they took it. Yes, so I just wanted. I'm just checking random, like maybe they brought it. So, anyways, so far, what have you like gotten from this? Oh, again, don't fall, please. What have you gotten from this process with me? Like, did you guys enjoy the poem reading? Was it? Were you able to even hear me at all beyond all this like background noise? I have a mic with you guys. I have a literal mic, but I don't know if I bought a fake one because I've tried to connect it to my phone and it doesn't reflect, like it doesn't pick up the sound, it just shows this blue light and nothing happens. Like when I use it on my voice recorder, yeah, it does something, like it picks up, like it acts like a microphone, yes. But on my phone, my camera, like once I start recording, it does not pick up, and it's so frustrating to me. It's just there gathering dust, and it's money now. Like I spend money on that. I've checked everywhere online. Like how do I work with this type of mic? Should I show you guys? I can't connect it because my stuff is resting on the cord. Yes. Um. So, I have this dictionary. I have the words that we got from today. The words that we got: livings, shonin, colony. I think colony is a place. Lolad, Knocknarea, that's a place I think. Boring and bar. So I need to know what bar means, especially bar. But when Moll Mcgee passed through Martin's bar, that's when she now came upon the woman that gave her a bite and a sup and pitied her and told her that her husband will come back. Yeah. So maybe that's a signal of separation between her former life and her new life of wandering. Should I bring my dictionary? Hold on, let me bring my dictionary, okay? Just a second. Coming. Okay, so there are like two people in like watching me right now, and you guys are steady. So I suspect that family members are watching me. You guys, how far? If you know family members. Okay, so let's check the first word. Let's check bar. What does bar means? This is dictionary. Webster's Merriam. I had this thing since I was a child. This is older than me. I was born to this dictionary. So, like, yeah. Let's check bar. And I used to read it for fun, yeah? Because it has pictures. And anything that has pictures is interesting to me. uh I know what bar means now. Bar, B-Y-R-E. Pronounced, I think it's bear. I think it's bear. A cow shed or barn. So there's nothing special about that Martin's barn. So like Martin's barn, okay? Okay. Let's check what low lad means. Low lad. It's Lollard. LMNOP. Who else recites the alphabet when you're going to a dictionary? LMNOP. sometimes it's here. Oh, can you imagine? That's why I love this dictionary. Also, it makes sense because this dictionary is old and Yeats is using old English as well. So, one of a set of 14th and 15th century reformers who were followers of John Wycliffe. So I don't know the context of John Wycliffe. Have to look up John Wycliffe so that I can understand. And that will be on Google. John Wycliffe. So yeah. The second word is, let's see if you can find shonin. Let's see what shonin means. Uh, is it shonin or shonin? Sorry. Shonin. LMNOP. Shonin. LMNOP. It's not yet. So I think it is local to Ireland, or the island that Yeats grew up in. And like I said, I think is a title given to people of a certain class of, is given to a certain class of people because of the context it is used in. Yes, and how the daughters married beyond their place. So it's a lower class, I think. Let's just assume. I'll Google it, don't worry. Sleevings is the race of the shonen, so I don't think we might find an answer in the dictionary because I don't think dictionary will keep slurs. It's not here. I know it's not here. Colony. Colony. I think colony is also a place. Colony. Colony. LMNOP. Colony. Colony. Today, surprise, I'm past 1 hour, so I'm kind of proud of myself. Maybe I can make it to 2 hours. Can I make it to 2 hours? Colony. There's only colony, which is, you know what a colony is, yes. So I think colony, it refers to the name of a place, places that are local to the story of Father John, the Ballad of Father John. Yes, I think those are. So, how was the stream? How did it feel? Was it enlightening? Was it? I just wanted to do something that, you know, was interesting to me and would allow me to be able to go on and on about like stuff I'm interested in. Not like other streams, I'm not interested in those stuff. Like yesterday's stream was very interesting. Yesterday I was speaking about how it would look like to fall in love if you woke up in a different um, gender, different body. Sorry, if you woke up not with a different body, if you woke up in a body of a different gender, like how would that work for you, you know? And people did not really comment, but there were a lot of viewers, so I guess that was nice. I guess that was nice. Um, um, yes. Also, another thing is so I was thinking about talking about like Korean dramas here, but since I already started with this kind of work, and to be honest, I feel like a sense of achievement for this trip because the mathematics question that I was really struggling with, you know, like when I was attempting to explain it on the board, yes, it just made sense to me. It made sense in such a way that studying it by myself, like I could not piece it together. But I got it. And I got it by allowing myself to fail. When I tried to solve the first time, I was so scared and I was nervous because I was like, I'm the one that say assemble mass need and I don't know anything about mass, yes. So, but like for just I think the main thing here is that like in anything you are studying here, anything you want to study or anything you feel like you want to learn, like you have to be unafraid of failing at it. Yes, you have to be unafraid of looking kind of dumb. That's the whole point. It's because you are, let me not say because you are, it's because I am dumb but in it, yes. So I want to not be dumb any longer, and that's why I'm learning it. One thing I learned in school, yeah, over time is like I had wonderful lecturers, and those lecturers always emphasized to me how important it was for me to accept that I didn't know stuff. Like you're not here to prove anything to somebody that is teaching you what you obviously don't know. You're just here to learn. So there's this there's this feeling that you need to protect your ego, yes, and be like, I know this thing. I know this thing. And like you don't know this thing. That's why you're in school. You don't know this thing, yeah. So I had lecturers that were like, just say you don't know. That's even more honorable than pretending you know when you know you're struggling with it. Also, if you put yourself in the position of I don't know, I don't know, you're more likely to get like enough like abundant information from the person you're learning from than approaching this person as oh I'm scared this one thing from you. It's not like I don't know it. I don't know it. No, like you have to trust the process, and the process starts from accepting that you don't know. So when I was solving the like when I wrote in my title like assemble mass names, I was expecting to be viewed by people that obviously know and care about maths, yeah. But like there's also the sense of I don't want to appear stupid in front of these people. Yes, I don't want to appear stupid in front of these people. And it was like what is stupidity? What does stupidity mean? Yeah, like I don't think that is stupidity. I think it's stupidity and ignorance to pretend to be something that you're not. When it's so obvious you can't be that thing. Like it's not a matter of possibility or potential. Yes, it's a matter of how to say it. Like if you don't know something, like you come to somebody or to an institution for learning, yes, and then you struggle with understanding what is being taught, you don't have to judge yourself harshly. That's the whole reason why you're there. That's what if you could know it, you wouldn't go to the school. Yeah, it's a virtue, man. Like if you knew this thing, you wouldn't be in school. Yes, you wouldn't be in school. So why not just settle down, and allow yourself to learn? It doesn't take anything from you. John, hi. Do you know that John? We just read a poem about Father John O'Hart. So I think you being in this chat is wonderful. Welcome to the chat. And we just finished reading poems by Yeats. And we just finished doing, and earlier on at the start of the stream, I did mathematics. Yes. It's funny, yeah. So I started the stream, I did mathematics. So maybe next stream, if you want to see me solving maths, I want to see me like make mistakes, yeah. And you want to also like if you understand maths, so come early to the stream, you get subscribe and I will. Yes, no, don't worry, don't worry. We'll do it again. We'll do it again, and like just subscribe so that when I give out notifications of my live moments, yes, you'll be aware. You get subscribe and click the notification so that you'll be aware when I'm going live. So, anyways, I was talking about how important it is to put ourselves down to learn. You get, and when I was solving the maths, do you get? I was not solving it because I wanted to teach you something. Yeah. I get Raji. Humility. I understand. Yes. See, it's wonderful. Yeah, I know what you're trying to say. You get, and there was no need to like like harp on it and be like, I don't understand. No, like I know what you're trying to say. Thank you. So as I was saying, like the point of me solving maths today, it was not to prove that oh I know maths, let's remind ourselves of maths. No, it's for me to remind myself that I did this thing years and years ago. Do you get? I did this thing years and years ago, and I don't remember. Oh yeah. Cool, Raji. We'll learn together. We'll learn definitely. I say, I do know. I went out and got this board, yes. I went to market too. So I was coming back and I just saw this board in this bookshop, yeah. And I just went to ask the man that Oga, how much is this board? Oh?" And he said 3K. And I was like, oh more, that is a lot to get bored. I was like, no, I have to learn maths. It's not enough to just, like solve maths in your journal. Sometimes, like some ways of learning it is more fun when you make it a bit interactive. Do you get? So as I was saying back to my maths point, like the reason why I solved the math was because you know that thing when you feel a question, yes. So you go to the textbook and you read the question, and when you're reading it, it's as if you understand it. So when you want to solve for the answer again after learning from the correction, it feels as if you memorize the answer, so you're just like writing the answers down on your book, yeah. So as I was suspecting myself, I was like that day when I was solving, I was like, I suspect that I just crammed the answers. But I was not, now when you've crammed something over and over, it will keep on showing up as correct when you're solving. So I was like, I'm going to test myself today, and that was like I did that last week, middle of last week. Do you get? So me trying, I didn't open it though, I left it alone. So I'll completely kind of forget the steps and all of that. So when I tried to solve it now, like you need to see the way my head was sweating, guy. Like my head was sweating. I was so stressed. I was like, and I felt a bit embarrassed too. You get, because I was like, me that say mass needed assemble. You get, I'm now struggling in front of the camera. But you know that after failing the first time I solved it, yeah, you want to see me solving the questions now. You want to see me solving it now. Wait, I don't know. Can we still do it again? Should we try it? Should we try it again? I have my marker here. Oh, later. Okay. Don't worry. Another time. So as I was saying, I felt very embarrassed and I felt very nervous. Do you get? I felt like as if like I was fooling myself. Do you understand? But the funny thing, after failing it the first time, solving it on the board, I was like, oh, so I didn't really understand it that night. That I was copying the correction. Do you get? Or I was cramming the correction. So I now looked at the correction again, and I saw like where I was like I saw where I was wrong. I was getting the steps correctly, but the answers was not showing up. Like, so why is this thing? And I found out what was really giving me issue, that one particular function, the way it was showing up, I didn't understand why it was showing up like that. It's not like I don't understand how to get there, but it's like, why is this thing still repeating? Do you get? So when I was not solving it, and I was not talking to myself, and I was solving it, yes. And now it now clicked that, this is why, and I don't think I can ever forget it again. Like, I'm not scared of solving it by myself again, but since I understand it now, I'll move on to another topic you get in maths when I'll move on to another topic in maths the next time we come on stream. Yes, I wonder if are you a mathematics person? Like, do you like maths? Do you like math? Do you know that when I was in primary school, like, it was so, my teachers were mean, they were evil. And maybe because I was a child, yes, but like maybe I was processing their own teaching style as just wickedness. Do you get? For me, I was processing it as wickedness because it involved all this like public humiliation, like go to the board, you score 0 in your test, go to the board, or you score 0 in your homework, go to the board and can't solve it. Because I don't know what kind of brain you have. Like, I'll never forget that day. She was like, she marked our classwork, like our homework, and we submitted it before assembly. So during assembly, and I asked my friend, I was like, how did you solve this your assignment? Yes. They now told me how to solve it, and I saw that, and I remember that that thing I wrote in my homework was rubbish. Yes. So I had already understood the question. So when she now asked me to solve it on the board, I now solved it perfectly. She was like, how come you got 0 in your homework? Rubbish. That is what me. I was just happy that when I was on the board. Yeah, it's not just me now. You know the way teachers are in primary school. They are they can be very, very mean, because children are frustrating sometimes, I guess. Because why did I get 0 in my homework and I'm solving it perfectly on the board? Like, what does that mean? Yes. But for me personally, I usually learn by failing. I learned by failing, and I don't know why I'm scared of failure in like real life. You get why I feel as if um like failure is something to be scared of. Maybe because it's not more numbers I'm dealing with, it's like real life, like, oh, this exam I'm going to do. Like there's one course in university that I had, is it D or F? Thankfully um it was an elective. Do you get? So it not really affect my grades. You are too emotionally connected to it, and ask the right question. Eh, yes, actually, like the expense. The I feel like emotions are important in learning as well. You get, because if you don't care about what you are learning, it might be hard. Yeah, I understand, it's okay. If you don't care about what you are learning, yeah, it might be hard to fully process why you are learning what you are learning. You understand? So, and that's something me I care about. I have to care about what I'm learning. If not, I will just do the bare minimum, like barest of the barest minimum. And I noticed it when I was in uni, because it was like, in secondary school now, everything is fearful to you. You must pass all the courses. But in secondary school, I didn't care for physics. I didn't care for further maths. Yeah. Okay. That's what you meant. Yes. That's true. That's true. Actually, that's true. Like you said, you are to be emotionally connected to it and ask the right question. Exactly. That's the point. That's the point of it all. Because when people decide that, oh, I'm not going to school, I respect those people. I said I respect them, because it's like they have got to the point where they figured out what they care about enough, and they're like, let me not waste my money, doing something I don't care about, and let me focus on what I care about. And like I've met different, like, when you go to school and you meet different people, you make friends. So I've made friends with people in school, and most of the time, whenever they are struggling with their studies, and me, I'm not struggling with it. When I speak to them, they'll not be like, oh, this thing, I beg, this one, I'm just doing it, make person just get, they just get certificate, just say we don't go school, that kind of thing now. And that's most of the sentiment people have, that let's just say we went to school, let's say we went to school. And it's like, why do you have to feel like you have to go to school? Do you get, when you don't care about it? It's because the system we live in, they've already made that if you want to, they've already proposed this lie to us when we were children, that if you want to make it in this life, you have to go to school. But that making it in life to go to school, like going to school to make it in life, only worked in our parent generation, because there were systems that were waiting for graduates. Now, eh, now there's no system waiting for a graduate in this country. There's no system waiting to give you a job. There's no functional industries, yeah, that is going to be like, hey, what you study is important, I need you in my office. No, those people that they so-called need in office are just placeholders. Because tell me why somebody that did not study as hard but have parents that are rich and have connection gets to be in an office and perform their duties well. You get, and the people that actually should be qualified for those positions don't get in because they don't have connection. And it's like, so if it's that if I join a job I can learn on the job, even though I was an olodo in school, why did I study, why did I rack my head in school at all? Do you get? And then why did this person pretend as well to go to school? you know just wake up one morning and just enter office and start doing work. Let's not waste our time in secondary, let's not waste our time in universities. Let's not waste our time in universities. Yeah, there's no more systems waiting for you to be like, oh, come and be a professional at this intellectual job. Nothing like that. Now they'll tell you, when we're in school, it was when we were children, they was like, go to school, study what you like, be a professional. Now it's, what about the trade? Did you learn any trade? And it's like, I did not learn any trade. I don't have any trades. I don't have any interest in any trades, to be honest. Like when people go around saying, you not learn makeup, you not learn how to cook, you not learn catering, you not learn, I say, I'm not interested in all that, because I know what I'm interested in. I know what I'm interested in, yes. And the other thing that was not interesting to me was YouTube. You get, YouTube was interesting to me, and I've been trying to make a success out of YouTube for years now, but now it's another story entirely. So, but like my point is, like the life is too diverse, to be stuck on the idea of failing or looking stupid or not knowing stuff. You get, there's no shame, because at the end of the day, all of us are learning. So at the end of the day, the person that went to school and didn't get the job of their dreams has to learn something new, has to put themselves down and start to learn something new. That's how most people get into all these trades. They do hair, they do makeup, they do what else? Aluminium, they do welding, they do construction, they do different trades. Some of them go into coding, they have to start again as if they're starting from school. Like they go into coding, they learn all this UI, UX, and it's like the thing they thought that they learned, if they had felt, oh, I've learned, I don't need anything new, you get, they would have been stuck. You understand? And even when I'm saying it now, I feel as if I'm in that category of stuck. Because I don't want to learn anything like that. I'm just interested in my mathematics, I'm interested in my English, I'm interested in literature, like poetry, books. I'm interested in all those things. I'm interested in learning like history, you know, like more of academia, yes. But like in this Nigeria, they say, who that won't help? Who that won't help? And it's like, it helps me. It helps me, makes me happy. You get, I like it. I like doing it. I don't care. But like, expectation of society, the same society that told you that you should read, though, the same society that's not expecting you to come and be a job person, like have a job, it's also build it, also organization, when they know damn well that those jobs are fully occupied by nepo babies, people that have connections, people that know how to kiss ass, people that know how to do connection. Like, I don't know what you mean by connection. Abi now, Raji, thank you so much for your encouraging words. It is good to do what you like to do as long as you find your fulfillment there. It took me a long time to get to this point where I can boldly say that exactly. Even though you sleep soundly at night too, but you might still be a bit depressed because everybody around you is making it. Do you get, all your classmates now? Like most of my classmates, most of my friends, they are doing well. They have jobs, they have husbands, they have children. Some of them have even given birth, which I'm happy for them. I went to some of them's weddings, yeah, and I'm very, very happy for them, to the point where I think in one of the weddings I went to, I was even crying because I felt so bad about my life. I felt so bad about my life. But I love my friend a lot, so my happiness for her, her big day, it just kind of overshadowed the sadness. So later when I left the wedding and I came back home and I was like, hey, yeah, what am I going to do with myself now? You guys, so sometimes you might not sleep only at night too, for doing what you want to do. You might be depressed, and it is normal. It's normal to feel that depression because we grew up learning to compare ourselves with everybody. If your parents are not comparing you to somebody, your teachers are comparing you to somebody, your church members are comparing you to somebody. If you not do well, they will say, Abi, I'm not even thinking about my turn anymore. Like, it's okay to feel that way. Your turn will come. I'm not even thinking about my turn. Think about my turn as made me see when, because every little thing that pops up now, you will start running like a headless chicken. That, oh, anyways, yes, it's common, but like even some guys face it. Some men are going through this struggle. You understand? But it's not about men struggling with it. Is that they have to do anything. You get, they feel as if they don't need to follow their happiness. Do you get? And it is also sexism, the form of sexism. When you feel as if as a man you should not be who you are, you should be some kind of expectation. That is sexist. Okay, and it affects both genders. And men, they may not recognize that sexism is at play in their depression, in their doing things that are are like that are not legal, to make it. It's because, and those people, it's not like they want to do those bad things, you get. And it's not like they don't have conscience when they do those bad things. They feel bad, but they can't address those bad feelings because society has told men that don't feel your feelings, don't be emotional, pretend everything is okay, and then you see men that have a lot of money but emotionally they are stunted, emotionally they don't know how to walk through their feelings, they are rude, they're not normal human beings anymore because they've killed their humanity to accumulate a lot of money, because society says a man must be rich, especially in this country. Here in this country, men have to be rich, and it is a sexist expectation, because now the man has to be rich because he wants to marry somebody, you get. And marrying somebody, you assume that you will now be that person's all and all, which is not normal. It's not normal. You shouldn't be another person's all in all, and all in all you say money, not emotional, you just money, you get. It's, you see how wrong, you see how like the problem of our society spreads to everybody. Like it's just very, very complicated, you get. Hello Malik, hi, thank you for joining the stream. How are you today? We are learning a lot of things. I was there several years ago. The moment I let go, I found peace and comfort in myself. Yeah, I'm so happy for you, Raji. I'm so happy. You obviously speak like somebody that has processed all of those feelings, and that makes sense. You get. Can I show what Malik? Where is Malik sending message from? Malik, where are you from? So we just finished reading poetry by Yeats, and we just finished solving maths on the board, calculus. So if you solve, oh Pakistan, hi Pakistan, hi, nice. Um, I had a friend in school from Pakistan. His name was Faizan. He was very funny. That was so funny, and he made my life hell. But eventually, we became friends. So, I hope we can be friends, Malik. I hope you have a fun time with me on my stream. Make sure you subscribe so that you can catch up with me. Yeah, it's cool. Yes, like you guys are really cool people. Actually, yeah, you're very strict. Like Fizan made my life hell because he was very strict. Like, hey, the things I went through that guy's hand, in the sense like not like we're dating, but like we're living close to each other, yeah. And he would want things to be a certain way, and he always advised me on my meals. He was always like, what are you eating? Why are you not eating chicken? Why are you not eating egg? Why are you not drinking milk? I'm like, bro, I don't have money to buy these things. Like it was, and fun. I can laugh about it now, yeah. But that time, I used to cry. I used to really feel bad because why are you picking on me? Yes. So, anyways, so I was talking to, like to my people, Raji and to Malik. I'm talking about poetry, yes, and I'm talking about maths, and I'm talking about education, and I'm talking about learning, and the learning process, and how fun it is to just learn for the sake of it. Because at the end of the day, there's nobody in this life you came to impress. You get, like, do you want something, or do you want people to know that you have something? You know? And I feel like when you get to a place of comfort, like peace, hey, when you can protect your peace about your place in life, I feel like things will begin to fall in place for you actually, because you begin to see like other interests you can explore. You begin to see that your life is worth more than the materialistic things that other people aspire to have, that society says you must have, as a person of this, in this status, in this age, you must have this, you must be this, you must be here. And it's like, okay, when you get to all those points now, is it that you now die and go to heaven or hell, or what? Is that the end of it? Like, well, where is the adventure of it all? And in any adventure, obviously, you feel depressed because you be lonely. Like, because you don't have people that think this way. You get the soft copy of Yeats. You can find it online. You can actually, I actually used to download some poetry books online, yes. But one day I just went to the market and I found this guy that sells secondhand books. So I bought it from him. Well, you can just find it. Should I, maybe I should write the, how can I, if since my life is on mobile, I cannot like write I cannot chat. I think I can't chat on mobile. But you go online, you check for Yeats, as in Yeats. Yeats poetry. I'll leave it in the description after the live has ended. You can download any of his poems. He's so popular and he has written his work like years and years ago. So there are free copies online that you can download. And where we are, if you want to keep up with the poem, with the reading, we are on, where are we? I've not gone far. I've not gone far at all. I just in page 21. You get, so 21 is the ballad of the Foxhunter. So if you want to, I will leave the title of the poems I read in the description. You get, so you can read it yourself and ponder on it, and you can also come and tell me what you got from it. That would be nice. Like if you come to the chat and you tell me, oh, this is what I understand, or you comment in the live. Maybe if you are watching the live again, you can comment that, oh, I got this thing from the chat, like from the poetry. Yes, if, however, just to keep up the fun of the learning, yeah. And for maths, I'm doing calculus, but I decided to start like looking at it from another. I'll leave calculus for now, and I'll go to algebra. You get, so in algebra I've started doing number line and I'm done with number line. So I think the next place I'm going to is simultaneous equations. I don't know if you remember that from secondary school. Simultaneous equations. Anyways, so basically that's the fun part of, thank you so much, Raji. So that's the fun part of like it was fun actually to be on the stream and to I'm so happy you checked my stream out and you stayed. Thank you. I hope, like, I wonder, do you watch this thing, like what kind of movies do you watch? Me, I watch all sorts of movies, yeah. And I used to have a preference for like Korean movies. You get Korean dramas, Korean horror, Korean cinema, all of that. But now I'm just looking for very very old movies and I'm watching. So if I watch a movie, yeah, like like I feel like I can come online and talk about it on stream. Like, would that be okay? Would that be okay? But like talking about the movie, there's no magic of showing the movie in the background because I've not figured out how to set up my stream like that. And also because I've not gotten to a certain subscriber count, YouTube will not allow me to show. Shay, I can tag you, yeah? Don't worry. The next stream I'm going to have, maybe like I'll prepare a movie for us to talk about. You get, I'll tag you. Can I? Is this your username, Raji Olamide? Can I tag that on the stream that, oh, invite you to watch the stream? If you subscribe, I will invite all my subscribers so you get notification. You get, if you subscribe and you on notification, I would, when I want to go live, I'll just send out an invite. At least YouTube will allow me to do that. But for all those like streaming parties where people used to show like the videos, I can't do that one yet because I'm not monetized and I've not got to a level of subscriber count. It's only when I get to a level of subscriber count, YouTube will now allow me to like expand the streaming functions, especially on my mobile phone. Because now I can't even chat on mobile. I tried streaming on my laptop here, but I could chat on my laptop, yes, but the setup of a laptop is very awkward because if I put it here, like you'll be able to see stuff. Like I don't know, it will be comfortable if I set up for laptop. So I used to use my phone. You get, um, yeah. So anybody that is just joining the stream, we are reading poetry. Maybe next time I'll introduce you to. Hey, Raj, the thing I wanted to read for was this one, Dante the Divine Comedy. See how big it is. Do you know, I thought this book was going to be like reading stuff, yeah? No, it's all poetry. Like narrating a whole story in poetry. How the hell am I supposed to make sense of that? Like, I don't think I can do it on stream because I'll need to like lie down, get my notes and start writing like different things I got from it and the things I don't understand, and then I have to start checking up references so I can understand what this person is saying. And there's a map, there's introduction, there's note on the author. I don't think I went to the level of comfort where I can read comfortably on stream. You get, maybe, if I get a certain level of like achievements on YouTube, then I can now like settle down and make like maybe 5 hours stream of reading Dante online. But for now, we're just reading like small bits of the books I'm reading. This is not the only book I'm reading. There's another one. Maybe I'll introduce. Since you are serious, since you like this type of stuff, maybe I'll tag you again to the next stream when I'm doing like introducing my books. You get the books I'm reading currently. Um, they are very classical. I made sure to get classical books this time I went to the market. Yeah, just keep up and thank you. Just keep up and be yourself. This is so kind of you, I swear. Like, you don't know, like when I had to start the stream today, I was not expecting any sort of like conversation, yeah. I think it's cool that you like you're here. Like I appreciate you being here, you know. Like I've not really had some sort of interaction and all of that. Well, anyways, thank you for being here. And so what was I saying? Also, you can look forward to puzzles because I got this puzzle recently. I bought this puzzle recently, yes, and I started working on the puzzle. So maybe, yeah, we have to start. Abi. I used to hear that thing a lot. People say, "Don't give up." You have to start from somewhere, and I'm like, where? How long will I be starting from somewhere? Like, I need to see movement, change and all of that. But I think when I like finally gave up, like I was like, you know what? However it goes, it goes. Let me just live my life. And I started reading. I started buying new books, and my life was so interesting. I wasn't bored, and I wasn't looking for like something to make me feel like, oh, I succeeded, I succeeded. Like it wasn't important to me anymore. It was all about, oh, what will I do today that is fun for me, you know. And then when I focused on doing that, it kind of made my life so interesting that I was like, oh, why not just start streaming? The idea now came to me to start streaming on YouTube, and here we are. So I think things just come to us, and it's nice to hear words like that. Shay, yeah. All right, you seem like a very wise person. You stop the rat race. So like this is the puzzle. So this is the puzzle that I'm working on currently. So maybe like on a very chill day where we don't have to do anything serious like studying, we can solve puzzles. I think puzzles are very stimulating. And see where I've done all these parts. I've done this part, and I'm doing this part. Because the idea of starting this wolves is so scary. All the pieces look alike, like the colors of the four and everything just looks the same. So I'm like, let me relax first. I've done those two, but but after we get so familiar on the stream, we can um we can schedule our time to solve puzzles together, stuff like that. It's fun. Anyways, we're almost at 2 hours in the stream. I didn't think I would make it to 2 hours. I used to make it 1 hour 30 minutes, and I succeeded at 1 hour. So I think the most important thing for me to last 2 hours is if I've eaten something. So I ate something before I started the stream. So that's why I think I have enough like brain power to keep up the stream up to this point. Anyways, today was fun. I hope you had fun. You were so like you've been so kind, advising me. I hope your life is also, easy and things are working out for you, to be honest. Like at the end of the day, nothing matters, nothing matters. What matters is just peace of mind. And one thing I'm learning also is trusting myself. You get, since I don't have all those marks. My network went off for a second. God, what is that? What was that? Okay, so since I don't have those markers of success, how people build confidence sometimes is by acquiring things. When they acquire things, they have the confidence to tell people to they have the confidence to make decisions and stick by them. But if you don't have anything, how are you not going to get confidence to make decisions? Do you get, like, where the hell are you going to get? Because when you speak, people will be like, where is your achievement to speak to me, or where's the achievement to decide this? Me that I have this achievement, I can tell you how to live your life. Basically, that's how most of the world works. That they'll say, no, I'm in this position in life, so I can talk to you like this. I can tell you this is how you should do things. And you, that you don't have anything, but you know what you want to do with your life, even if you don't really know, but you shall know what you want to do in this moment. They'll be like, are you sure that is wise? Are you sure you should not do this? Are you sure you should not do this? I'm like, no, don't worry. So I'm learning a lot of self-trust. I'm learning a lot of believing in myself again, and I'm believing in myself not because of the things that I have, because I don't have anything, but more than that, it's like I'm believing in myself that even if I don't have anything, I have a right, to exist and live life the way I want. You understand? I have the right to do that. Like, why is it that we limit ourselves to money? Nigerians will say, it's money that's caused disrespect. It's like, shut up. Shut up. Money is not causing disrespect. You are just a rude person with a lot of money. It's not money that brings disrespect. Money is not the enemy here. You are the enemy. When you see people talk down on people, when you see people make other people's lives hard, and all they can say is like, the person that is now being trampled upon, the person that is being hurt, will now start internalizing shame and being like, oh, it's my fault. I should be insulted by the community because I don't have money. No, 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 you should not. That is not how life. That is a lie that we peddle in this country, and it is a lie. It's a lie, because if you look at the content of most of the people that have money's brain, if you look at the content of there's nothing inside there, and it's not an insult to them. It's just like, when you are not at the level of intellect to have conversations about certain things, why do you force your way inside people's conversations just because you have money? Why do you demand people to live a certain way just because you have money? No, that is a lie. That is a lie that people that are stealing money tell you, to make sure their money has value. Like, imagine it now, we're all living in this happy go lucky world, and somebody has $1 billion, and the other person doesn't have $1 billion, but both of them, they still have to line up to buy fuel. They still have to line up to queue at the hospital. They still have to follow rules and regulations. They can't cheat at exams, they can't cheat in the workplace, they can't cheat anywhere, but they have $1 billion, and the other person that is not cheating also doesn't have $1 billion. And it's like, where's the value, where's the sense of pride in having that money? It's gone. So they have to lie to communities, they have to lie to the country that, see, when you have money you can do anyhow, and it's a lie. It's a lie. That does not work. It does not work like that. So anyways, I've gone on a preachy rant, and my stream is coming to an end here. So in 2 minutes we will end the live. Thank you for being here. Thank you for chatting with me. Thank you for keeping me company. It was fun. It was fun, I swear. And then I hope you stick around to join me on this fun self-discovery journey. I think I should be calling the name of my stream self-discovery. Like, I think we should be calling the name of my stream self-discovery. Yes. Yeah. So for those people that are joining the chat, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. Like, subscribe, on notifications, so that when I go live, you can catch me at the start of my live. 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go. I don't know why network just cuts my, like, MCN just cuts my network anyhow, bro. Like, relax. It's not that deep, I beg. Also, okay, they still not brought lights. Paper. Let me see. Them lights. Oh, another wonderful feature of today's stream, the dog did not bark so much, so I think the dogs are, maybe children have resumed school. Have children resume? It's not a time for children to resume. I think they resume in September. Anyways, the dogs have not been troubled all day. They've not cried, and I'm so happy for them. Maybe the children are not at home to disturb their lives. Yeah. Anyways, 2 hours. We made it. Thank you. Bye bye. See you in the next stream. Bye. Bye bye. Bye bye bye. Thank you for joining the stream. I'm ending it here. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. So I can keep up with me when I come online early in the next one. Subscribe, so I'll send you a notification. Bye bye. Okay.